Okay, can you hear me? Is it buzzing? Okay, you can hear me. Yay! Is the buzzing gone? No buzz. Yay! And I did absolutely nothing but close out and come back in. Because on my actual computer, everything was on, but when it showed up here on YouTube, there was no little green light next to the mic. Now the green light's on. So I don't know. I guess what do you want for free? YouTube is free, so I guess we can't complain. Anyway, yes, good grief, Charlie Brown. Well, thank you for for hanging in there with me, you guys. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Well, um I finished the journal, and so I wanted to show it to you guys. And I started working on some little canvasy type little bags that are going to be part of that next kit that I put together with all the fabrics from all over the place. So I've been doing that, so that's fun. Well, I didn't really finish it without you. You guys told me what to do, and so I did it. It was all your choices, and this was that stuff, that I told you about. I'm just going to have it, you know, I'm not going to like have it permanently on there. It's just going to close it. All right. So we worked on all this together, right? Right. So all I had to do was glue this down. So I glued it down. So that's there. And then we had, you guys already saw all the signatures. And all I did was put a few tidbits in there so that they can be glued down or written on or whatever it is that's going to happen to this journal. And put a few pieces of that marble paper here and there. And I just love this. I don't know where I got this, but I like that. So I thought she needs to have a new home. So I just put her in there. And this is just grungy paper to write on. And I really like how this came out. Ooh, I picked up a bunch of leaves today, too. I got to get hopping collecting all that stuff. Weather's changing really fast here. Just a couple of pieces there. It rained all day yesterday and sprinkled all day today. So it's that cool, wet, damp, yuck. I think we're supposed to have sun tomorrow and Sunday. So I'll go leaf picking. Leaf picking. And here's a few little things, a couple of pages from an old book, some other old stuff. I like how she came out too. I like her. She's so cute. Debbie needed a snack for the show. It's not even midnight yet. And I just put this back here with some little papers to play with or glue or write on. And that was it. And then I just put this fabric right here on the back. Ta-da! I like that. And then that that page that I was, let me put this over here, that I was doing the collaging on, I ended up making it sort of like, I don't know what, a pocket. I don't know what you would call it. And then I filled it up with a bunch of ephemera that can be used in the journal. And the stuff in here dates from like 1870 something to 1928. Like this letter is 1909. And these were from I think those are from 1900 something, 1903. These are from the late 1800s. Put that in there, and then these are some. This is an old cancel check. This is from 39. Oh, it must go to the 30s. That was old too. These are from the late 1800s, and these came from the 30s also. There's no date on this one, but it came with the other ones that were from the late 1800s. And it's 1925. And this is from that Bible from the 1800s. And whoops. This is from 1861. And it's from 1907. So that'll give them some goodies to play with inside of the book. So that'll go with the album. And I like this stuff. I think it goes. I'm sorry. Whoops, 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 whoops. Hold on. If you're asking me something, hold on. Let me tie this up before I get too distracted so I can put that away. I got a mess here. A tangled mess. And earlier I was tearing up another one. I'm on a roll. I was tearing up another one, so. Okay, that's done. And, okay, let me, hold on. Focus, Rosemary. 3 dill pickles. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I got some dill pickles here in the refrigerator. Yeah, 8 more Friday. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. You're asking about the weight. Yeah, it is, because there used to be, I think there was 14 of those big, 14. I think there was 14, at least 14. And now there's just one 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now they're just 3. And that was most of the weight. Although the cover, it weighs too, because it's got that wood in there. So it's still pretty heavy. And then, even though they're just thin paper ends up weighing. I mean, I don't think it weighs that much less than what it started off, to tell you the truth. It's still pretty hefty. And then the other one I did that had that, that what do you call it? That compartment in the back. I filled it up with all those things and a new journal and everything. And I think that one ended up weighing as much, if not more, than the original album. So, yeah, I am, Darla. So what I've been doing, I have these little, some of you that have bought stuff from me, sometimes, I put them in these little bags, different stuff. I have a whole bunch of these and just different sizes. And so I was sitting the other night and I was looking and going, wait a minute, I need to get me a little bag of some sort to put some of the little doodads I'm going to put together for that other collection that I'm doing with all those fabrics and stuff. So I decided, I brought out my gel plate and started playing around with it. And I ended up doing these with, I used, well, let me backtrack. I used some of these and then also just, what am I trying to say? I started off with a background. That's what I'm trying to say. Started off with the background of just the paint, and then came back on top of the paint and did the stamping. And I think they came out kind of cool. I wasn't sure how they were going to come out, but I ended up liking how they came out. And then I came back and started putting little pieces of the Cantha quilt on it. Just to make it a little different. And I thought those were kind of cute. So I might do that on different parts of them. On some of these, the print was real faint, or it was just a big blob on the side, so it didn't make that much difference if I covered it. Some of these, like this one here, it'd be okay if I put a little piece of something over here. But I want to cover up all the printing I did, but I still thought it was kind of cute. So I've been doing that. Like I said, tearing up another album. So I'll be ready for that. Hey, Barb. There's those California people. They're coming up. All right. So what I thought I would do is very quickly, because I do kind of have an idea how to do it now. In case you guys wanted to do something like this, I'll show you how I did these. They're super simple. I know I always say that, but things are very simple, once you let me make all the mistakes. And then I'll show you how to do it the right way. And then it's real simple. So let me get this out of here because I don't want to get it full of paint. and I'll show you how simple it is. Oh, and then when I cleaned up, I made sure I used like too much paint so I could clean them off. And I need a whole bunch of cool papers. Where are those? Okay, so these ended up being my cleanup papers, which are pretty cool. So they'll probably end up going with some of these kits. You can make some cool tags with some of these papers, or print over them, or stamp over them, or whoops, sorry about that. I like these colors. Okay, so those were all from cleaning off my brayer and then cleaning off the plate after doing all these. So let's give it a go. Let me read. People get mad that I don't read and answer questions. Ooh, Angie, you got out of there before the fire? Before the fire started, I hear the wine country again. Parts of that. The fires are back. That's so sad. Okay. I didn't use fabric paint, even though I had some. I was too lazy to go look for it. So I just used regular acrylic paint on this because I didn't really care. It isn't like it needs to be super soft. It isn't something you're going to wear or anything like that. So I just used acrylic. I know it's going to be the first question. What kind of paint did you use? Plain old acrylic. Okay. I don't know. Are you any purple people here? Any purple people eaters here? Let's start with some kind of a purple. Blue. I never thought of myself as a purple person. I mean, you know, because people have their favorites. I was more into, I don't like pink unless it's together with orange. And, you know, you get that Middle Eastern effect. Just to say I like pink, no. But I do like it with that look, with the hot pink with the orange. I like how that looks. All right, so all I did is I put a nice healthy amount of paint so that I'd get a good coat on the first take there. And then I just took a piece of paper and just made sure that it made some good contact so I'd get enough paint on the fabric. Doesn't have to be perfect because of the look we're going for, but if you're looking for something that looks a lot neater, then you'd probably take a little bit more time. So there you go. That's pretty cool. I don't know why this looks blue. It's purple. This camera, for some reason, turns everything that's purple into blue. Okay, so that's that. And if you want to make more contact, then you could, I also had a piece of cardboard, and I would lay that like that too. Sometimes I did it, sometimes I didn't, but that's just a choice that you can do. And then I would let those dry a little bit. So let me put those to a side, and I'll do a couple of more of the solid colors while those are drying, and we'll come back. It dries really fast. And let's just pick another different color. And so another way of doing it is with a piece of cardboard. And you can get a lot of, you know, a lot flatter if you're looking again for something a little more precise. You want more full coverage. I don't really care about the full coverage, but, well, that didn't make too much difference, but it still left lines. So there you go. And we'll pick up some of that. And that'll be a backdrop for some of the papers we'll do. And good, very cool. Very cool. Put those over here. All right, next color. Let's do orangey, kind of orangey. Yeah, my parents were telling me they're in Southern California. They've been put on notice that their power might be turned off the next few days. Debbie, when you're eating a pickle, do you always think of orange? Is that your go-to color when you're eating a pickle? Nice dirty look. All right, now I think we need some kind of maybe a yellow. Jennifer. Jennifer and her orange. Oh, before I leave tonight, I gotta show you something. I had an order, a couple of orders I had to mail out today, and 1 block away from the post office is this resale shop. And sometimes they have some pretty cool stuff, and sometimes, it just depends, like all those kind of stores. It just depends. But I found a couple of cool things today. It was like jackpot time. And it was funny because one of the ladies, when I brought one of the items up, she goes, I thought of you when we put that out. It's pretty bad when you become predictable, Perfect strangers know your style. That's pretty bad. And it isn't like I go there a lot, I might go once a month or something. But I guess I'm that transparent, like the stuff I buy. Eee, cool. Okay, what other color? What other color do I have? Oh, we don't have a pink background. Oh, we need a pink background. Oop, goober. Goober alert. Okay, I'm fine. Some of these have too many wrinkles, so they're hard to print. So I have to find the ones without the wrinkles. I was too lazy to iron any of them. So you get the wrinkles like that, and it looks kind of weird. But that's okay. What do you expect when you're out on caravan, right? I think the other ones are probably dry enough to play with. Da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da. Let's get this out of the way. we've got the purple that looks like blue. Okay. And let me get this out of here as much as possible. All right. That'll be ready to play with. All right, so now it's just a matter of deciding what color. Like the yellow will look pretty on that. You need really, something that contrasts the yellow or a orange or something like that. So we'll do that. See how it comes out. And so then what I did is I would stamp it over here, because then later on, that's what I would pull with the other paper and do that on my cleanup sheets. Okay, and then I put my cardboard in there. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. No, I'm not using fabric paint. I'm lazy. I'm just using acrylic paint. Just regular old cheapo acrylic paint. Ta-da! Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Ta-da! I like it. I like it. All right. So now with, I don't have that many cleanup. How come? Let me see what color I could use then. Maybe this. Oopsie. There's the beginning of the cleanup paper. Let's see this means. All right. Let's see. What other color can we try? Let's see what the pink looks like on this. Yeah, well, yeah, let's try the pink. Let's just go for it. See what happens. And let's try a different design. Oh, you have wooden stamps too. I love my wooden stamps. I think I have a few of my the regular old, the regular stamps, the red ones, the block ones that I really like. They're kind of on the artsy side, what I call the artsy side. They have faces and things like that. I really, really like those. And then I have some little small postage ones. I love those. But I think I don't know. I keep saying it. I think I'm going to get rid of most of my acrylic ones because there's very few that I use consistently. I'll keep those, but all the rest that I think I'm going to use, look how pretty. All the ones I think I'm going to use, and then I just never use them. Let me see if I can get a little bit of something over here. Over here. Here, there's a little wet spot. So anybody into acrylic stamps, I might be having a big D-stash. Oops, that didn't do very much, did it? If you're just starting, you probably want stamps. If you've been in it a long time, you probably already have oodles of stamps that you don't use either, right? Right. Oh, well, that didn't go over big, but it still looks good. I like it. Very good. Happy Scrappy. Do I know your first name? Do you mind sharing that with us, or do you like to be called Happy? That's a cool name. That's okay. We can go by Happy. We should all be called Happy. All right. So this, I'm going to have to put a little bit over this to pick it up, I think, because it's a little sketchy. I found a leaf from one of the stamp subs. I was like, ooh, did you now? A leaf. A leaf with my name on it. Okay. Yeah, next time I get something from you, you can stick it in there. Oh, that was cool. So I have a nice background already. I got to do another cleanup for that. All right, so now I've got this color. Let me see what colors I used on the yellow that I liked. Okay, so in the yellow, I've used black and pink. And what else did I use? Oh, that pretty. Oh, I like how that came out. I used this color, which is what? Light blue violet. Now, I know this looks like really bright. I'm looking on the monitor. It does not look like this at all. At all. This is a really beautiful violet. And it's looking like I don't know what on the monitor. How gross. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks so gross compared to what it is. I mean, it's a pretty color that you're seeing, but not, doesn't look anything like that, in other words. All right, let me see which one. Ooh, let's see how this comes out. Okay. Okay. Here we go again. See what happens. Hey, Penny. How are you doing? Ooh. Of course, you can't see the real colors on the monitor, but it looks cool. Whoops. Oh, I lost that one. And let's see what this does. What are the bags for? Well, I'm so glad you asked. I'm starting it's hard to explain. When I say it doesn't flow out of my mouth too easily. I've collected different types of fabrics that I love. And I discovered that I like certain types from certain parts of the world. So I have going to put a collection to sell. Woo! Look at that. To sell, and I've got a bunch of little small things I'm putting together and stuff. So I'm going to be putting little things in there that go in with the collection. So that's what I'm making those for, basically, in a nutshell. If anyone else can explain it better than me, go for it. Just I never know how to explain it. Darla probably knows how to explain it. Okay. Next color would be this one. Let's see. I think you don't see bags. These are bags right here. What do you see? What do you see? Ooh, I think this is going to look cool on here. I don't think I've done this matchup. I can already tell I'm going to like it. I can already tell. I'm gonna like it. Let's find a really cool one. Oh. Oh yes, I forgot that part, Darla. Yes. My collection is called the Silk Road Collection, and it's based on the fact that I have discovered that everything I like is along that traditional Silk Road. So that is what it's going to be called. I probably should turn it. That's okay. Just talking to myself. I forgot to stamp all those stamps over here. I got so excited with my elephants. And of course, you guys can't talk to me. So you couldn't tell me. Oh, well. Poor little guy. Poor little guy. Now, I don't want to put the elephants upside down. The other things don't matter. But the little elephant guys, it does matter. So I don't want them upside down. It's bad enough they got to carry all that weight around of all of the treasures along the Silk Road. You don't want them to have to do it upside down. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Ta-da! Some of these are hand carved from India, and some of them are acrylic from the Tulip Company. What is that company? Anyway, it's like it's an acrylic, I guess. This is an acrylic, but this is hand carved wood. You can see the difference. And this one's wood. This one's acrylic. This one's wood. So I have a mixture of them. Okay, what color should I put? Or maybe I can just lift it off of there right now. Let's try that, see what happens. Yeah, Suzanne, I've seen them on Amazon, but they have a very nice price too, and I'm very cheap. I'm real cheap. My husband gets mad at me sometimes. Like we like to we make our coffee in the morning and we use a French press. So because we use a French press to make our coffee, I get whole beans and I grind our beans every morning to make our coffee. Well, about maybe 5 or 6 months ago, I started noticing that when I would take out the ground beans, it was like getting shorter and shorter. And then I was noting that there was stuff around on the countertop. Well, what's happening, can't even explain what's happening, but they aren't all, oh, that didn't work. Well, it kind of sort of did. Oh, that's hunky-dory cool. Look at that one. I like that one. Anyway, so what's been happening is as it grinds, some of it is falling to the bottom, and there's, a natural, opening toward the bottom. So instead of all of the grind, you know what I mean, the coffee going into that cup, some of it is ending up on the counter. Okay, so all I do is every morning when I make my coffee, I'll put a napkin underneath the thing. And so whatever falls on there, I just grab it and put it, into the part where it's supposed to go. And then I go and make my coffee. Well, my husband's asking me, why don't you go get a new grinder instead of doing that? I'm thinking it works perfectly fine. It's just not directing it where it needs to go, but the grinder works fine. He goes, no, it doesn't. It's supposed to. And so anyway, so that's our little me. So the other day I thought, okay, well, I'll go look. Well, a grinder half the size that we have a nice one, and one that is like a little dinky little bitty dinky thing was like $40. And I said, no way. I'm using my grinder until it doesn't work. It is still working. And I said, you don't even make the coffee. I do. So I win. That's how cheap I am. All right. So let's put, what color do we want to pick up behind this one? Do we want, what do we want? What do we, ooh, grape juice. I haven't even used this one yet. Let's just do this one. Yes, oh. Oh, it's going to end up looking like that one. Even though I didn't use that color on there, it looks like it. Never mind. Never mind. It's not going to look any different. It'll look just like the bag. Well, see that company, Tulip, you know, I don't know if that's the main brand, but they're the ones that make fabric paint and stuff like that. Well, they had a line of these, and they were all pretty cool. They're the ones that have the acrylic ones. And well, when I say acrylic, it's cast something. It's plastic. But anyway, so I always looked at them and drooled because they were not what I would pay for them. And then one day they had them all like for 70% off. And hello, you know what I did? And now they don't carry them at all. So I don't know if they weren't good sellers or what, but they work really good. There we go. Got a little bit of the elephants there. That's pretty cool. Ooh, I like to do my eco dyeing with turmeric, Jennifer. I got turmeric over there right now. All right. So, okay. So that, what's the next color? All right. We're going to do this color. So it needs to be kind of bright because that's a little dull and boring. So maybe I need to do a yellow on that one. Oops. I've never made tea out of mine. I think I need a different paper. I mean, I cook with it a lot. And I eco dye a lot with it a lot. But I never made the tea. All right. Stamp time. Ooh, that's a pretty design. the mama and the papa. Ooh, sorry about that sound. Oops. We like artichoke hearts too. They come in nice big jars, so they're perfect for throwing junk in. Okay. Oh, mama, papa, and baby. Hello. So, why don't we just get them all dirty? Okay. See what happens with that. What about the bags? What about the bags? These are the bags right here. What about the bags? What about the bags? Suzanne, what about the bags? Looky, looky, looky. Have fun on your videos, Barb. Barb's doing a bunch of D-stash, so if you're not subscribed to her, you need to subscribe. Also, if you're looking for book covers, Jessica is selling a bunch of book covers. She's got several videos up right now with those. They're already been, torn apart. So it's just the covers if you're going to want to alter them. So that's something you can go check out. You like that one? That was cool, huh? I like that too. I try to do the contrast on all of them, but sometimes it just doesn't work. There's not as much contrast as I think. I think I need to clean this one up with some paint. Whoops, oopsie. Let's put oops, too much. That's okay. So anyway, the ladies over at that junk shop that I went to today, I saw this necklace that was on sale. So I grabbed it because it's got a bunch of bling on it. And so one of the ladies says, oh, sometimes you put a bunch of them in grab bags. There's a few up there if you want to go check them out. So I did, but there was a lot of plastic. And I wanted to use them for my soldering. So, obviously I can't use plastic. So I told them, what I was doing and why I couldn't get those particular grab bags. So the lady says, "Oh, well, I can put you some grab bags together. We got a whole bunch of junk in the back." And I'll just make sure I don't put plastic in there. I said, "Oh, very nice." So I'm supposed to go back tomorrow and see what's inside those grab bags. Why didn't it pick that up? I put too much paint. Yep, I put too much paint. So now I got to put some more paint. Now let me see. Let me see what I can do with one of these papers I have. There you go. It's picking it up. Yeah, you need to go and pull out your plate. And then you'll never get to bed. That's okay. You took a nap, right? Okay, so what's the next color? I have another one of these. So what did I do? I did yellow, right? Is that what I did? I already forgot what I did. Yeah, I did yellow. I like how that came out. But let's try something different, even though I like it a lot. Let's try something really crazy. Crazy. Your laptop's not dying. You just want to run over there and do your own jelly plating. I know. Happy jelly plating. Oh, well, that didn't work at all. How come? That's pretty ugly. It didn't do anything. I might have to do the base all over again on that one because that is not cool. All right. So Ooh, I like that too. Get rid of the goobers. Oh, that one came out cool. Don't get too excited, Jennifer. All that orange. Don't get too excited. All right. All right, let me finish the ones that I have now. I'm gonna have to do like a big contrast because I can tell these are gonna be probably just as yucky as these. So I need to go big. So, well, this color seems to make everything look good. I'll try one with this, see what happens. All right, and oops. Okay, let's see what happens. This one looks kind of nasty. So it's either going to make it pretty or it's going to make it look double nasty. Pretty. I think it's pretty. Very cool. And I think this would look really cool picking that up on that hot pink. Hot pink, hot pink. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, pretty. And maybe pick up a little bit more on here. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, picked up the rest. Good. All right. Okay, I'm looking at questions. No brown here. Okay, where to get my bags? No, I didn't get them online. There was a place that had closeout stuff, and these bags were there. The dimensions, and that place doesn't even it doesn't exist anymore. So it was like this has already been over a year ago, year and a half ago. These are 7 3/4 by almost 5. So when these are gone, they're gone for me too. All right, so maybe I'll try yellow next. Whoa, don't do that with the lid open. Big no-no. And they're very thin. I mean, very thin. You know, you can read through them. That's why I'm putting that, because it might bleed through when I press really hard. Whoops, don't want to do that. Big mistake. Don't do that. Don't put your stamps down upside down. They glue to the paper. I don't know. I think this is going to look ugly too. I'm getting a feeling. But we can always start from scratch if it's too ugly. I think I'll do just all flowers. See what happens. And I don't want the flowers upside down, so you need to go this way. I got some really cool bags at a different outlook, another discount place, but they're paper, and they have little windows in the front. I think they're really supposed to be like for pastries or something. I think that's what their original use was for, but I like putting stuff. Look how cool that one came out. I like it. I thought it was going to come out ugly. I was all ready for it to be ugly. It came out pretty cool. Yay! I like that. All right. So I need to let me dry that out. So I have to pick that up. I'll put a different color on the back. See, sometimes the ones you think are going to be a mistake end up being kind of pretty. So, just for that, I think I'll use some of this. Haven't used this in a while. Oops, need a piece of paper. How many more bags? Okay, I got one more bag to do. Oh no, I got 3 more. I got 2 more up there. I forgot those were there. I have 2 hanging over here on a window. Well, I didn't do too much, but you have a few little flowers there. All right. So now I've got these 2. So let's do a little something different. Let's do some black. They can handle the black because I know. Wait a minute. I know I'm saying too many things at one time. Let's get this one done first. And I guess I need to go with something really bright because it's so yucky. I wonder what that would do. Now, I think it's going to look ugly, so that means it's going to look cool, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, dear. Nope, too much alike. Well, you know, pink never disappoints when you're dealing with ugly. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what happens. If it comes out creepy, then I'll just have to repaint the whole cover. And then I'll have to redo it tomorrow. Okay. Uh-oh. It's still creepy. It's still creepy. I don't like it. Yeah, I got to start all over with that one. There's just something wrong with it. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I don't like it. I don't like it. All right. Well, that didn't work either. I got to put some paint on there to pick it up. So, oh, good start. Good start. Good start. All right, so now we'll do these two, and I'm going to do them in black. So don't freak out, everybody. Okay. And I think we'll do this. We'll do the peacock. Jennifer. You black-hearted person. Okay, hold your breath. Ooh, I like it. Da, 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 da. Very cool. Let this dry so I can pick this up. I will do this one in black too with a different pattern. Okay. And I think I will. Let's make it kind of, I know. Hello, I know what I'm going to do. For For all you gold people out there. Good night, Darla. Thank you for coming. I know, huh, Jennifer? I mean, my favorite glue books are my black and white ones. They're my favorite. Oh, I might have to sell this one. Look how beautiful. Gorgeous. All right. So now we'll do this one in black too. All right, so let me see. What pattern am I going to use? What pattern? Well, I have another. Let me do that. I have a whole different peacock feather. Let's try that one. Oops. Oh, pretty. That came out nice. Very cool. All right, so let me gotta clean this one up. Ooh. I didn't see that one. That one was laying down. Holy moly. Look at that. Woohoo. All right, let's just do something radical here. That makes no sense. We'll put some red on here. Put it on here. And it might just make it uglier than it is already, but we'll just take that chance. Maybe I should do black. That's what I should do. Black, and then that's little, it'll all get covered up except for, yeah. Let's try that, see what happens. Can't be any worse than it is now. And if nothing else, it'll just give us a cool pull off the leftovers. Okay. All right. What is it, the third try? Well, it's better, but it's no prize. It's no prize. Might have to sew a lot of cantha quilt on that one. I'm going to check. I don't remember if I have the black one. There was a couple of colors I didn't have. I'll double check. That would be a good idea for that one. Let me get one of those to put in the back of this one too, see what happens. I do have the black one. I'm going to put the turquoise one in the back of this one. try. Ooh, cool. Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I know what I'll try on that. Hey, I don't give up. Let's see if gold covers it all up. That thing's going to be so thick. Nobody's going to want that one. That's okay. It'll be mine. It'll be mine. Oops. I think what happened is the very first print on this wasn't thick enough, so it made none of them ended up looking nice next to all this exposed color. That's my guess. Oh, this one actually looks kind of cool now. Oh, it doesn't look on the camera, it doesn't. But here it looks like a really cool paisley. It looks really nice. I like it now. Okay, let's get a little bit of gold on here. See if I can get any on there. Oh yeah, a little bit of shimmer on there. What? Let me get some shimmer on this one. Oh yeah, I like that gold on there too. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks really cool. All right, so we'll pick up that one with the black color shift. That'll look cool. Okay. I like silver and blue and everything else. Those shifts, they really make everything look cool. I love that. All right. So I've got, where are those pages? Okay, so what I want to do before I put this all away, I have some of the pages that don't have anything. I want to do a little something with those, because some of them have already designs. Let's see which ones I don't have to do anything to. Let me see. All right, so these are cool. I'll have to do nothing to those. And that one's cool. I don't want to do anything to that. Don't want to do anything to that one. That one's super cool. So is this one. This could use something. That could use something. That could use something. I kind of like the way that one is. It's got the little elephants on there. Everything doesn't have to be crazy like that one. I like that one too. I could use a little something on the edges with that one. And that one needs a little something. Okay, so these are good. Oops, there's another one over here. I could put something on there. All right, so before we do that, let's take another look at, oh, in case you guys got to go, let's take a look at our little bags that we did. Okay. So we got the little elephant. They came out kind of cool. And the paisleys. And those are the flowers. I don't know if you can see that real good, but live it looks pretty cool. This is the one that we worked on I don't know how many times. I love it now. This one also has the flowers. Don't know if you can see that real good. Peacock feathers. Different one, but peacock feathers. And this has some flowers and a little bit of gold in there. Not sure if that shows up. More peacocks. And just a regular old. Okay, I think these came out pretty cool. Oh, I got a whole bunch. I better read and see what's going on. Okay. I'm just using regular copy paper, but it's 24-pound weight. And that's it. I use that for everything. My printing, jelly plate printing on my, my printing machine, when I print with my eco printing, everything. I like that weight. All right, so to add a little drama to these, I'm just going to put a thin layer of the color shift on these, because that's going to bring a lot of drama to the color. it'll give us a good background if I want to do some stamping later. See what that color shift does to everything? How cool. If you're not familiar with those paints, it's they're by Folk Art, and they're called Color Shift, and basically it's got metallic in there, so the colors really do some cool stuff. And I'll use this color. I'm not sure how many different colors they come in, but I know, I'm pretty sure there's at least 10 different colors. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I love the backs too. They came out pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. Let's see. Ooh, let me find a cool color. This is, it says flash red, but it looks more like a pink to me. God, it changes everything. Oh, 15 colors. Oh, cool. I wonder which ones I don't have. I don't think I want to cover all this up. I kind of like those colors. Let's see what the black does on this. Oh, look how cool that is. I don't know if you can really appreciate that. It gets so shiny, it's hard for you guys to see it. That is really cool. Okay, so I like the black on that one. Let's see. Let's get a weirder color. Okay, so this is a yellow. Who knows what it'll do to that? But we're going to find out. Yeah, I don't have them all. I'm not even close to having them all. Oh, wow. That's pretty too. They last a long time though, Suzanne. They really do. I mean, I've had these way over a year and, you know, but don't have to get all the colors either. Let's see. Where are all my colors? I've got this color. Let's just bring them all out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I got them, they were on clearance. You know me. Ooh, orange. I did get them on clearance because I got them the first season they came out, and when they came out, they were considered seasonal. So when the season was over, whatever season that was, they were. I think I got them for like, I can't remember how much, but it was super cheap. I think that's it. So I have 7. So I have like half of them. Ooh, here's a pretty gold. Maybe I could do a gold on one of these. I have this metallic. It's kind of a weird metallic. I'm going to try it on these. It's kind of bright. Let's see what happens. Good night, Jean. We're almost going to wrap it up, too. Oh, look, how cool. Pretty backgrounds. Pretty. What am I going to do with this one? Because I just want the edges. I think I'll put some gold on the edges. See if I can do that without messing the whole thing up. Oh, cool. I like that. So it kept all the center part that I like. Very good. Maria. Yes, you can. You can do it on glass. You can do it on, if you have fiberglass, not fiberglass, plexiglass. Is that what I'm trying to think of? Yeah. It's getting late here. I'm getting a little ditzy. And you can also do it if you have some kind of a plastic mat. I've done it on the real cheap plastic cutting mats. I've done it on that. Um, if you do it on something hard like that, because see, the whole point of this, it gives a little bit because it's kind of mushy, mushy. So what I would do underneath, if you're going to use something hard, put a piece of some kind of cloth or felt or something that is perfectly flat, but gives a little give, or even something like the mouse that you use. I mean, the mouse pad, something like that. If you have something that big, to give it a little bit of a give. That's important when you're doing prints. But yeah, you can definitely use that. Good morning, Ashley. Yeah, silicone maps. There you go. Yay! Yay! Well, these are good backgrounds for me if I'm going to do stamping later. So I don't really need to mess with these. These are pretty good. Okay, so let's review our prints. We got a lot done, guys. We got all those bags and all these prints out of this. What do you call it? Twofer. Oops, close that up. I really like this, and I know it's not coming across as pretty as it really is. That one's really nice. And remember, most of these are just backgrounds. I like that the way it is, but most of these will end up having a different life. Look how cool that one came out. Very dramatic. I love the drama. Only on my papers, not in life. And you got the bright ones like that. That's so cool too. Anyway, so those are all of our cleanup papers. And if you just joined us, what we were doing was printing with the jelly plate. Oops, these bags. So I'll show you those of you that just got here. These are just these muslin type of bags. They're very, very thin. You can see right through them. And so with the jelly plate, I put a solid piece of, a solid color, and then we printed and then let those dry. Then we came back and did some printing on the jelly plate with a contrasting color and did some stamping with some wood blocks and then made these. And those were kind of fun to do. So Betty. Betty's awake. Tammy's awake. Everybody's awake. Have you been lurking this whole time, Betty? She's such a sneak. And these were some that I started putting some little pieces of fabric on some of them, and it had little blotches. And there you go. So those are all of my bags that are done. And then these are all my papers from last night that I did. Some more orange. So I got a lot done with all these colors. Very cool. I'm so happy. I got a lot done. I was just going to show you one or two, and I ended up doing the whole thing. I think that's all I'm going to end up doing. I think. I'm not sure. As far as the bags are concerned. I'll see. I think I have enough already. Put those away. And I'll show you what I got at the junk store. My score today. I literally hadn't even left the house like in 2 weeks. And I only went out today. Well, I went out yesterday too. I had to go grocery shopping yesterday. And then I had to mail some orders today because I didn't want to have to wait till Monday. Whoops. Let me put these away. I'll have to look up and see what colors I don't have. Oh. And then I'll have to go use a coupon at Michael's. Let me push those out of the way. Okay, so one of my scores already tore it apart. It was this cool pillow. You know how I like my Asian stuff. So it's on this brocade, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's got all the bamboo, and it has the what do you call it? Can't think what you call that. There's a certain name for it. But anyway, the bridge where they're fishing from. There's a certain name for it. Can't think what it is. And then back here, there's a pagoda shape. I don't know if all that can be seen because it's kind of shiny. And in the back, it's all raw silk. So that I already tore it apart. It was a pillow. It is going to end up being a part of an Asian journal. That'll be the cover. I think that'll be cool. And that is all hand stitched. So I thought that was cool. And then I know you ladies are going to get upset because I'm going to tear this apart, but oh well. What can I do? If I had a piano, if I had a piano, because this is really supposed to go on a bench. And there's one half of it. And then the back of it is this velvet. And it has these things for it to hook on the bench. It's pretty cool. You can tell it's old too, especially by the film, the stuff that's inside. You always know when it's not polyester; it gets all lumpy and bumpy. Yeah, I just have to get a piano. So that was a fun find. Ouch. And then I had to get this. Those of you that know my colors and what I like, you know. And this is lined, but that's all. I don't know if that's machine or hand done. Whatever, it's still cool. So I have the doble. Got the twofer. So that will see the scissors soon. Don't get upset, everybody. Okay, what else did I get? Oh, this is for my collection. This is going to have to see a scissors pretty soon, too. Oh, I know all you anti-scissor people. Look how pretty. All the right colors, right? All the colors we just worked with. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so that's that. What else? I already forgot everything I got. Oh, this probably won't show it purple, but it is purple. I know my camera's going to make it look like it's blue, but it's not blue. It's purple. Uh-oh, doesn't like it. Never mind. Man, these things are so finicky. And I found a little doily. Like I need another doily, like a hole in the head. Anyway, it's double that. It's folded in half. Well, I do need doilies because I plastered so many of my other doilies. I don't have too many doilies that aren't plastered anymore. What else did I get? And I got this just because I think I'm going to do this with do something weird with this with my fabric. So I'm going to sew it on the front of something. I know that's supposed to make those, around your pillows and stuff, but I'm not going to use it for that. But I think it's pretty cool, especially if I decide to dye some of them. I think I can get a really cool look out of that. And then, one last thing. Let me get this out of the way. I got this humongous thing. This is folded 4 times. So it's whatever. because this right now is 1, 2, almost 36. So I guess it's like 72 across, open that way. And it's got this on the bottom. Oops. That's like about 7 inches. And then the rest of it is all of these doilies. And I didn't measure how long it is, but it's long. It's for one of those big, obviously big tables. That was so pretty. And so the lady, it was so funny. Okay, I don't even know if you can see this. I mean, you can barely see it. I don't even, I don't know if that's dirt. I don't know if it's rust. I don't know what it is. Okay, that. And there's a couple little discolorations right there. Tiny bit right there. And something around right there. Can barely see it. I mean, it's really, really super faint. Well, anyway, so we're talking, and I'm, she's cashing me out of my other stuff, and I was handing this to her last because it was, in the bottom of all my junk. And so once she got to this, she calls the manager. Oh, here, this is the worst of it right there. That's it. That's all that is really bad with it. And so she calls the manager, and the manager, I didn't even ask anything. The lady that was checking me out, she calls the manager and she says, this thing's got really some damaged things to it. And she showed her that and something else. I forget what it was. And she says, you think you could give her a discount? I'm going, oh my gosh. I didn't have the heart to tell her that I go and rust. I rust these things on purpose. The lady gave it to me for half price because of the rust. I couldn't believe it. I was like flabbergasted. I go, what? I did not argue. I was raised not to argue. Yeah, so it has how many zillion of these little doilies? And they're small, but they're not that small. They're about 4 inches across, so they're a healthy size. And then I got, that bling. That started the whole conversation with the bling. Where did I put it? It's over here. Oops. Is that bling or what? Oh my goodness. Hey, Kathy. I didn't know you were here. I missed everybody. I was into too much what I was doing. But anyway, Kathy. So I got this, all this stuff I just showed, I got there at the one on Garrison Avenue. What was the name? Second hand, or what's the thing called? Second time around, or no. Is that what it's called? Yeah. The one right there next to the post office. So that's where I got all that stuff I just showed you. But anyway, I thought this was so cool. And then I had to get these. Those are those things that go, those on the electrical wires in the old days, and they're made out of porcelain. And they just look so cute, and they already had all this rust on it, and it was just so super cool. And it was only $1. I couldn't leave them there. I just love that. So anyway, so when I got this and she saw, ooh, she likes these big freaky things. I said, yeah. So she's gonna look for some stuff for me and make me up a grab bag. So we'll see. So I'm gonna tear these apart and solder these and turn them into something. I think it might look kind of cool if I got one of these and put them on the where's my stuff? I don't know where half my stuff is. I think I need to go to bed. I think that's my problem. Oh, here it is. Now I really know I need to go to bed if I couldn't even see that. Oh no, they're too big. I was visualizing the stuff I was making. Yeah, those are way too big. Well, you never know. That's what they're for, to make freaky kind of freaky stuff. Da, da, da. Hey, Patricia, how are you doing? Are you home? I don't think you're home yet, right? I don't think so. Or are you? I'm watching the pictures. They're so cool. Oh, you are home. Oh, you must be exhausted. And what a cool experience. I'm so happy you shared those pictures with us. And I have a bunch of junk jewelry. I got to go through it all. Hey. So you were saying that 3 of those kids are going to be graduating then? Yeah, that does look like a peacock. Yeah, it does. So I at least have like 1, 2, 3, 4 good pieces to play with. And I was trying to see if I could take these apart back here. But they look like they're soldered down pretty good. If I'm afraid if I try to take them apart, then I might break this part. I don't want to do that. Oh, they do move kind of easily. Nah. Leave it alone, Rosemary. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Oh. Now I know it's getting late because I'm starting to get hungry. Oh, secondary school. Okay. And so you were saying that they can be like Are those the ones that need to be sponsored, or new ones that are coming in to the school that need sponsoring? I didn't get that straight from your message. And it wasn't that you weren't clear, it's just my own head. Oh, okay. New ones. Well, good. Okay, so ladies, I don't know what you guys are gonna want to do next. I'm up for, I don't mean next right now, but next time we get together. Is there something um is there something that you guys want, like if you're new at something, is there something you'd like to for me to show you how to do or something? Or something or something? You'd have to help me out. I'm getting sleepy. Oh, that's cool. What's that on there? Oh, it's got that kind of a hook. Yeah, so we can have like a plan of something, like, we finished up the album. It's done. We printed on fabric today and on the paper. So let's see. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Oh, and so what does something like that cost? Oh, let's see, can you show us how to do those shellac covers? Which ones, Kathy? I got the shellac covers. Remind me. Carla, from what I understand, there's 3 new ones that are coming to the school, so they need a sponsor. And now one sponsor has died for the 17-year-old that's leaving the school and going to vocational schools. That's at least 4. Right. There's 3 new ones plus the 17-year-old, so that's 4. So Kathy, explain to me when you say shellac on the cover, um, what does that mean? Which cover? Which shellac? Did I show you one here when you were here? Uh-oh, Carla's using a cow word. Not a coward, a cow word. While I wait for Kathy to answer my question, I'm going to go get me a cracker. I'm hungry. Okay, when we were there for the workshop, you showed us some book covers that you had stenciled and painted and shellac-a-lac-a-lac. Okay, yeah, those are part of the workshop. The one that I'm filming, because see, when you guys were here, there was only so many things I could do. Because of the time, obviously. So the one that I'm filming, I show how to do the stenciling one, the stamped one, the shellac one, all the ones I showed you. I show how to do that in the workshop. But the ones that came to my, excuse me for chewing your ear. So the ones that came to the workshop, I'm going to give them you access to the online workshop because you know, I wasn't able to teach you that stuff because of the time restraint. So restraint, constraint. Anyway, you know what I mean. So when I get that all out and put out there, then I'll just give you a link to that and that'll show you how to do all the ones that I showed you when you were here, the samples I showed you. If that answers your question. I think that answers your question, right, Kathy? Because you're talking about these right here. You're talking about these, right? You're talking about those? Yeah. I'll show how to do all those in the workshop, the online workshop. And I'll give you a link to them when it's up and running. Yeah, they came out pretty cool. They're made out of those book boards. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, these are all the book boards, and I finished one. That's another one for the book board, but I finished that one. And I just put some of my eco dyed paper and other kinds of papers and just filled it up with a few pieces of the plaster paper. Most of it was just gessoed cardboard type. I don't know if I had this one done when you were here. I think I just had the cover. But this one's all ready to go. Somebody already asked for this, so this one's already sold. And the back I just left raw with the plaster and the fabric. And then this one was with the technique that you're asking about. What is shellac? I will show you. We call it shellac-a-lac. We're just joking. It's just shellac. Hold on. I just make up words. This is shellac. It's a sealer. You would use it the same way that you use varnish. A lot of people seal things with varnish, but I'm partial to shellac myself. So most of my things that most people would use varnish to seal things with, I use shellac. And shellac comes in clear, and then it also comes in an amber. And because most of the stuff I do tends to be, you know, kind of old looking, I use the amber a lot. And that's what I use to make that the vintage tape too. I use that shellac. Where's my tape? That's how I make my tape too, that I to make it look old. I was working on these earlier too. I need to put some on there. I'll put that on right now so you can see how it makes it look old-fashioned. If you can find the end, that's the tricky part. Hold it up against the light. You can see where the end is. And when you can't find the end, you grab another one. There we go. See, this is all torn right here, so I'll put a little piece of my tape. And now, like, it looks like it's been there for 100 years. Hey, Patricia. We have 2 Patricias. Okay, Maria, yeah. So I like to use that instead of varnish. And see, that has a tear up there too. I might have to fix that one. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah, you can find those. It's funny. It's like hit and miss with those books. I like a certain period of time, I'll find them all the time when I don't need them, when I don't want them. And then when I look for them, I can't find them. So I guess next time I find them, I just need to grab them. And they're usually really, really cheap, those books. Real cheap, at least where I go. When they do have, they're like 25 cents or something. There. That one's done. That was quick. Yes, Betty, I did do a tutorial. One of my lives, we did it. But it's real simple. I just get some wax paper and I put clear tape. No, I'm already telling you wrong. Clear tape is kind of foggy. You have to get transparent tape. There's the difference. There's the difference. See how that's transparent? And what they call clear tape is that foggy stuff, right? So you don't want the foggy stuff. That's called clear, which is not clear. And this is called transparent. And it is clear. So you get the transparent tape. I get mine at the Dollar Tree. And you put it on wax paper. And then you brush as many coats as you want of this to get the depth of color that you want. So I put, just one coat on it. Let it dry for like 10-15 minutes. This dries very, very quickly. Let it dry. And then I go back and I put another coat. But don't make them too far in advance because it will tend to stick to the backing. It'll still be good like for about a week, but then for some reason it starts getting too sticky to it for some reason. So you can't make it too much in advance. Make sure you're going to use what you're making within a week, or else you might have a little problem. And you can also use alcohol inks. You can use the browns and the caramels and stuff like that. I've done it both ways, but I'm partial to my shellac. Yeah, Carla, exactly. A 7-day shellac life. See, there's a little mark down there, so I can just cover it up with some of this. was cutting those all up earlier because I have another album that was in really bad shape inside. The outside's not that bad, but the inside's really bad. So I was taking out all the stuff and figuring out what I'm gonna do with the inside of that one. If I'm gonna make a journal or if I'm gonna make, a box like I did last time with the niche in the back. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what this does. It hides everything. And see, these are going to go, I already have some made. Where are they? They're somewhere. Covers that I've already started with these for some mini books. And so today I was cutting these up, so I'll have some more. And so this is the plaster with shellac on it. This was clear shellac, though. I'm pretty sure I put clear shellac on this one because I was going to get too aged. I want some white to still be there. So that's how the plaster work looks like that. And then this is what the plaster work looks like when you just kind of leave it, what I would call more raw. It's not sealed. But it's got, all the plaster pages and stuff in there. So, all different kinds of looks. The sun is shining. I hope we have sun tomorrow. Yeah, same time here, Carla. Minnesota. Erica, you need to get back into it. Oh my goodness. Are you always up this late? They're good. They're really good. Well, they're telling us that I think Tuesday or Wednesday it's supposed to get in the 30s at night. And that day we have a slight chance of rain. So they're saying we might have a slight chance of snow. It never, though, hardly ever. And when it does, by the time it hits the ground, it melts because, the day wasn't that cold. The ground's not that cold. So, Erica, what kind of crafts did you used to do? Did you draw? Did you paint? Did you make journals? Man, look how hungry I was. Ate the whole thing. Oh, so you'd have lots of stuff if you made you did scrapbooking and card making. And most people that do junk journals, from what I hear, I just started off with junk journals. I was very late to the craft world. But a lot of people came from scrapbooking into junk journaling. I guess it seemed like a natural progression. But from what I hear, it's hard for some scrapbookers. Bookers, is that a name? Scrapbookers. It's hard for some scrapbookers to to feel comfortable with junk journaling, because junk journaling is, so no rules and no squares, places, and no one particular place to put anything. And I guess when you're card making, obviously that's got to be square and fit in the envelope. And okay, Erica, listen to me. Listen to me. To be a junk journaler, you do not need all of those crazy machines. Let me tell you. You really don't. You talk to most of these ladies that have all that stuff, they can't remember the last time they used it. Some of these ladies buy the stuff and they're still in the boxes. Oh, wow, Eric, you got all the fun paper stuff. See, you don't need to buy nothing. You just need to take a broom, a dustpan, and a bag, and you got all the ephemera you could want. See, listen to these people. Their stuff is still in the box. Erica, listen to me. Wait till I finish my cracker. You have to think in terms of dumpster diving, not getting your cart and cruising through Amazon or literally cruising through Michael's. Forget that. Your mentality has to totally change. You are now a dumpster diver. You can start in your own house, in your trash can. And before you know it, your carbon footprint is going to be very narrow because you're going to keep all your trash. And then you'll really get freaked out when your family members start giving you their trash. All right. That's when you know you've arrived. Yes, the recycle bin is our friend. So yeah, forget about buying all that stuff. Forget about what YouTube tells you to buy next. Forget what Tim Holtz tells you. Forget HSN. Forget all those people. Dumpster dive mentality. And save your money for like junk shops. Don't buy nothing new. I mean, because look, just as a for instance, this stuff. This is those board card, no, what are they called? These are those books for little kids made out of those boards. Book boards, there you go. And they usually have like maybe 5 or 6 pages maybe in them, some maybe a few more. 25 cents. You buy those. Those are your journal covers. You don't have to go and buy expensive stuff. Those are your journal covers. Paper. Buy just regular paper, copy paper, and coffee dye them. Very cheap, very cheap, very cheap. You don't need all of these you know, these paper pads, you talk to all these ladies. They have every paper pad in the world. And some of them they've never touched, and others they've only pulled out 2 or 3 pages out that they like. So unless you buy them at an extreme discount somewhere at a junk store, don't bother. Don't bother buying that stuff. You're never going to use them. Yeah. Here, I'm going to show you something. You wait right here. It's my favorite. Let me get this out of the way. It is my, I've told the ladies 100 times, this is my favorite journal I've ever made. And it's 100% junk. Well, 2 of my favorites. And they're 100% junk. Let me find those little puppies over here. Oops. Oops. That was the up sound. Oh dear, I think I'm waking up again. Oh, it's really bad. Okay. This is one of my favorite little books. And what I did is I took pages from magazines. I got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 7 pages from a magazine. Painted them. Painted 2 of them. 5 are in here somewhere. And then I just sewed them together. And here they're open. Got another magazine. It looks like newspaper or something. Painted those. Sewed them on the side. Put a little tab. Left the top open. Stuck those in there. And then out of magazines and books and stuff, I cut things out and glued it onto the page. And that's how I made every page. And it's one of my favorite books. There's not a thing here that is bought like at, you know, for crafting, except the glue and the paint. That's it. And I'm not a fussy cutter, so I just kind of cut kind of loosely, like, you know, these flowers. They could have, you know, most people probably cut them a little bit better than I did, but I don't care. So this does not cost you anything. You don't need to go get a second job to buy this. This is called dumpster diving. Our library has a table where they set out magazines and for free. And every once in a while they have some really cool magazines. You know, half the time they're not any magazines I would get. You know, golfing magazines, stuff, nothing of any interest. But then sometimes they'll have a gardening magazines or something, or fashion magazines. You can cut some pretty cool stuff out of there. So again, this is all trash. Okay. This one, the majority of this is trash. I did the exact same thing I did with this one, only I got larger pages, but I did the same thing. It's the same principle. You can probably see some of the writing coming through here of the page. I threw some paint on it, and I knew I wanted this one to be an Asian theme. I had a bunch of things that I had cut out from magazines and stuff, and things that people have sent me, like in swaps, that had like a little Asian look. And this little piece right here was one of those carriers, like if you put a wine bottle in it or something. They had them at the Dollar Tree a couple of years ago. And so I got one of those and cut it up and put it there. This is probably about the only thing that was bought. It wasn't bought for there. I just bought it because it was Asian looking and I liked it. Held on to it for about a year and then figured, oh, I should cut that up and put it on top of my journal. And then these are things that have been sent to me and given to me. And this stuff just came out of magazines. Some of these are napkins. Like this came out of a magazine, but this part all right here, that's a napkin. Just came out of one of those throwaway type newspapers that they have like the Asian markets. So I got that, and that's where a lot of the writing comes from. It's from that. This was a gift from a friend of mine that went to Korea. And then, like I say, things that people have sent me that have an Asian feel to it, I just put in there. And this right here, this bamboo is a napkin. This came out of a magazine. That's napkin right there. And this was sent to me. And you can see there what she did too. This is all trash. This is all stuff from throwaway stuff. This is like a map and the schedule to their subway and stuff like that. And this is napkin down here too. That's a napkin. And then this stuff that came out of that newspaper. And then this is just one of those umbrellas you get at a drink from a drink, you know. So I brought that home. That's trash. And then this was made for me. Isn't that pretty? I added this right here, which was some tissue paper. So you see, that's napkin right there, bottom part of a butterfly. So you see, you don't have to spend money. This was a part of a swap we did. Oh, and look at this. Let me see. I haven't opened this in a while. It's probably going to be sticky. Hold on. She made a screen when it opens. It is so cool. Hold on here. I don't want to tear it. But look. She did an Asian folding screen. This thing is stuck right here. Hold on. There we go. Let's start over. Look how cool. How cool is that? It's all right. It's all right. And see, this was a photograph I took of some Korean women in their beautiful dresses. And then I printed it on purpose on just inkjet. And then I wet it, and then it gave it that watercolor look. I came out of some Asian magazine. partner. She lives down in Australia. And then some other things that people had given me, so I just glued them in here. And this here is also napkin. So, there you go. You do not have to spend a lot of money. This is an altered book. This is an altered book, but, oops. I just used it like a glue book. I put a bunch of pages in there, just whatever I had. And then I just started gluing stuff inside. Now, at the outside here, this also is, these are napkins. And if you notice, the napkins were white. And of course, you know, had colors. But now it's antique-y. And how did I get that antique-y look? Ta-da! Amber shellac. I put that, how I sealed it, so that gave it that antique look. And then inside, all I did was glued things that I've collected that interest me. There's no theme or anything in here, but everything is taken out of a book or a magazine or something. And just glued in. I get a lot of satisfaction of just gluing. And like I say, this one has no theme to it at all. It's just things that I was attracted to. So instead of having a drawer or an envelope or something filled with little pieces of paper that you like and you don't want to throw away, start gluing them down somewhere. And then you can look at them, or you can write on them, or whatever it is that you think you might want to do with your journal. I like bugs. I like birds. So you'll see a few bugs in my books. Oops. Oh, a little buffalo. Oh, cute. Okay, so now you know. Now do you feel empowered to quit your job? You're going to need more time to dumpster dive. There you go. Okay, now that I haven't read anything. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yep. Erica's never going to be the same. There you go, Shalakalaka. That's right. Golden books. People in the craft world, they just hoard their golden books and make really cool stuff. Yeah, there you go, planner pages. So I just want to know if Erica's going to quit her second job to buy all that stuff she's never going to use. Come on, ladies, you know she's never going to use it. She's never going to use it. Junk journals. You don't need machines for junk journals. You go put this stuff away. I got so much junk around here. It's all going to start falling down. I'll really freak you out, Erica. Let me show you something. Talk about free. Hold on. This is one of my favorite little books. I guess all my books are favorite, I guess, now that I mention it. Okay, cardboard, an old book, old fabric. I look for clothing that I like and I tear it up, you know, to use for my journals. This isn't tied, but anyway. Okay. Again, I like birds and bugs, so this is going to become very obvious. All right. Everything in here came out of you're going to be looking out for books, whatever your style is going to be, whether you like flowers, you like, you know, clothing, you like vintage women, whatever it is you like, you're going to start looking for books that have pictures of the things that you like, because then you get to buy the book really cheap and you cut everything out. All you need is a good pair of scissors. That's all you need. And now this is made out of a file folder. File folders are our friends. So if you have people that work in an office or you go to junk stores or whatever, grab your file folders because they cost a lot when you buy them, you know, regular price, but you can find them really cheap other places. So there's a little file folder and it's going to, you know, hold little goodies that you're going to be gluing in over here. My book's already done, so I don't have much in here anymore. But little file folders, and I got my little bugs, and you know, just to make it kind of cute, you know, you have to use your fabrics to tie things down. Again, no machine needed, only a pair of scissors and tearing. And this is a little accordion. Everything on here came out of books and stuff that I just glued in here. And then here's the back side. Now, these are color chips, paint color chips. That's what these are made out of. So Again, I was at Home Depot, and seasonally they change out the colors and put new ones. They throw these in a bag and throw them away. So I was there shopping for something else when he was doing that, and I was having like a heart attack. And I said, "What are you going to do with those?" He goes, "Throw them away." I said, "Can I have them?" And he looked at me very strangely. And he says, "Well, I don't see why not." So there you go. You don't need a paper pad for all these colors. So on this one, I just happened to use the greens and blues and things like that. And then I just made little little tags that you could put in there, and you can write or glue more stuff. And then the little pull tag thingamajiggers are just from the tea. I drink a lot of tea. I guess I drink a lot of lemon ginger tea. And that's what I used for the little tabs. Again, dumpster diving. Dumpster diving at Home Depot. Dumpster diving at home. And look for clothing that is kind of interesting that you can rip apart. And if you have a sewing machine, things look cool if you sew them down. You don't have to. Don't go buy a sewing machine. But if you have one, it makes everything kind of a little cuter, I think. So this is all trash. This is all dumpster dive. Yeah, reverse collage is fun. Yep. $1. Emphasis on the dollar. I started one. Where is my reverse collage one? I'm really bad about most things. I start stuff and I'll do a little bit of it, and then it's just kind of sitting there. But I do have a reverse one somewhere that I started. Where is my reverse? Now you got me thinking. Where did mine go? Hello, wherever you are. And that was fun to work in. I've only done a couple of pages in it. Oh well, that'll have to be for another day. I don't know where it is. Yeah, I think it's gone to be put away somewhere. Because I knew I wasn't going to use it. All right, here, I'm going to have a challenge for you guys. Yes, Mr. Focus. Being that nobody wants to give you an idea of what they want to do, nope, that's not it either. Oh well. Here's the challenge. If you guys have a Dollar Tree next to you, you need to go buy one of these. It's $1. It's got all these little game pieces in it. And it's got this game board. All right. All this stuff, $1. All right. So your challenge is to go to your Dollar Tree and get yourselves one of these. And we're going to make a journal out of it. Yeah, you never know, Erica. Some people sell them for even more. Now, at the Dollar Tree, I was just there the other day. They now have a lot of craft stuff that they didn't have before. There are a lot of things that you could go to and get there that, that you would pay for a lot more at a regular store. They've got canvas now, canvas board. Even if you use your 50% off at Michael's, it's still cheaper than at Michael's. So if you want to get any kind of canvas boards, because canvas boards also make excellent covers for journals, because obviously they're hard. You can paint on them, you can glue on them, you can stencil, you can do whatever you want. And so they're really good if you're going to make your own covers. They've got tacky glue and stuff. They've got ribbons. They've got different kinds of really cool papers. They got the books. They have feathers. I'm partial to feathers. Someone mentioned earlier they have the binder rings. They've got, the clear tape, the transparent tape for this. You can really find everything. They have paint now also. It's an off-brand, but they've got paint. Well, that's not too much cheaper, because sometimes you can get these for $1 something, $1.20 something. But still, they're $1 over there. They have all kinds of scissors. Let's see what else. I can't think right now. They've got everything. Okay, there's okay, I'll show you what you can use for texture. Hold on. Okay, the craft community, they sell texture paste, but texture paste is usually kind of expensive. So I use spackling. You can also use let's see, what's the other stuff? Forgot the name right now. I'm losing it again. But anyway, I use spackling a lot. And so you just put your stencil and you use that instead of the texture paste. A lot cheaper. And I happened to see some spackling at the Dollar Tree. So you could spend $1, see if you like it. If you don't like it, well, you've only wasted $1, as opposed to, something that is probably, what, half this big? Maybe a third this size, and they cost like $6, $7. And if you get a real big brand name, they're like $10 for the paste. And then there's different people on YouTube that have recipes on how to make it. Probably the ladies here know. Oh, and this is a must. You see this? This is silicone. It's a makeup brush. This is all I use now to apply any of my glues. You will waste so much money on brushes, because no matter, half the time you're going to forget to put them in the water, and, they're going to be glued shut. Throw them away. Even if you wash them, it gets down into there and it gets stiff. And this, it dries, it rolls off because it's silicone. And, that's it. $1. You can get them. You can get these brushes for crafting, and they cost like $10. You can get them for makeup on Amazon, and they're like off brands are $2 or $3. And then Kathy, the lady that came up to my workshop, she stopped at Dollar Tree, and she goes, "Look what Dollar Tree has now. The same thing, $1." So I would tell you to go buy 5 of these. It's less than a one good brush, and use them to apply your texture paste, use them to apply your glue, use them to apply everything. And there you go. And nothing's going to glue to itself. I mean, it's silicone. What else? What else? I always get a bag of makeup sponges from Dollar Tree. You never know when you're going to need them. Like sometimes when I don't want to waste a brush because I can't do it with this, I will use the makeup sponge to apply the shellac to this. I just, and no big deal, you just throw it away or let it dry and then cut off the top and then use it so you don't have anything you can hold on to anymore. Because I'm cheap. And over there, you can get all staples, staplers. You've got the paper clips. I don't like them brassy, so I just kind of age them a little bit. You can rust them, whatever you want to do. You can get a whole bunch of those for $1. See, Erica's got all the stuff. She just doesn't know what to do with it yet. She's got all the stuff. Let me think, what else? They have foam. They have the kid foam. I don't know if they have the sticky back, but they have the regular foam. I make my own, a lot of my stamps I make with those foams. And even if they don't have the sticky back one, you can just glue it onto cardboard and make your own stamps. And those work really super cool with the jelly plate. But you don't have to have the jelly plate because over there they have those mats that you could use if you don't want to spend the money on a jelly plate. Let me see what else. They have everything. Just go up and down the aisle and you're going to get inspiration. Go very slowly. Look at everything. You have to look at it from a different lens. Don't look at what its real purpose is. Look how you can twist it and use it for your journaling. Yeah, exactly, Carla. It's a whole different, it's like putting on another pair of glasses, and it's just like, yeah. Oh, I know what I can do with that. I know what I can do with that. Like this one, it's supposed to be a game board, but I already see this. Whoops. You can cut it this way or cut it that way, and you have your front and your back to your journal, or you can use this side. But there's your front and your back to your journal. And then I see all these little things here as like maybe the tabs for your pages or to, to tags or something. There's just all kinds of fun things to play with here to create your journal. Oh, and this right here, do you see this bauble I made? This center right here are those clear stones that are pebbles or whatever they're called over in the floral department at the Dollar Tree. I got the whole bag And so I don't know how many were in the bag, but it was only $1. And that's what I made this from. And the picture is from some I forget, it was a magazine or anyway, I don't know. I don't know who that lady is. Oh, I'm so glad, Erica. I mean, not glad that they didn't answer your questions, but I'm so glad you got some answered tonight. You just stick with us, kid. Everybody here is very helpful. They'll answer all your questions. And if they don't know, they'll figure it out. They like the challenge. And the thing to buy, if you want to rust your metals, hold on, let me find. Now, this I did have to buy. I'm sorry, I couldn't find this. There might be another chemical way of doing it, but I don't know how to do it. So I did break down and buy this. I have to buy some things, you know. Okay, this stuff here is used by individuals that do like stained glass work and stuff like that. And they use this to age. They come in different colors. I got the black one. Whatever chemicals in there, it turns your solder, instead of being shiny, it turns it black. It like oxidizes it. And so this started off as a shiny regular paperclip, and then it changes it so it looks kind of old and grungy and dark. And so that's what I do with my paper clips that I get from the Dollar Tree. And I got this through Amazon. And they have a couple of other chemicals that change it different colors. But like I say, I just chose to get the black one. I think they have some that changes it into sort of like a rust, kind of, not, I shouldn't say rust completely because it's not that orange. It's a little duller color than rust. I think rust is being kind of vibrant, kind of a duller color. And I forget what the other one is. I don't know, something else. But anyway, so this is a good brand. You can look that up. I don't remember what it cost. I think it was pricey for me. I think it was something like $10 or something. But this thing lasts forever. It hasn't made a dent, you know. And I've used it on all kinds of things. I used it on this because see, this was all shiny and silver-y. And so I wanted to make it look old. So I used that on this to age it. And I used it on these. And all I do is I just use I use a Q-tip and dunk the Q-tip. I put a little bit of this in another little container so I won't contaminate everything. I put very little because it goes a long way, not even like half a capful. And then I use the Q-tip and then I do all my metals that I want to do. And there they are. Okay. Any last questions? Holy moly. It's already going to be 2:30 my time. I know, 3:30 my time. Oh, that's what happens when you drink iced tea late in the day. I'll drink some more. That's all I can think of right now. Oh, no, that's not what I was looking for. Or maybe it is. Oh, yeah, this is when I started. I think I've been having too much caffeine. I can't shut up. Okay. This was a magazine or a book or something I got. I've only done a couple of pages, but I did a couple of reverse pages in here. Basically, I've done colored out the backgrounds that I wanted to, and just left what I wanted. Like this one, it was a bunch of words and stuff, nothing that interested me. So I just painted all those out. And I painted all that out because that was not interesting at all. Well, forget the paint. Oh, okay, I did this page. This was here, this was here, and that was here. And so basically all I did was I painted all the background out, and then I just drew, these leaves were here. So I mimicked those leaves and drew those leaves all around there, kind of mimicked those. So that's that page. I haven't added anything to that. I just blacked it out. Okay, so this one, I colored everything out except for this. And then I found this girl, and her dress just kind of reminded me of that. So I cut her out. She was sitting on something. I forget what she was sitting on, but it only went to like right here. And then there was something else here I didn't want. So I cut that out. And so I drew her in a rocking chair. And these legs come from a different lady, but I thought the colors went. And then I just drew the flowers around her. Why? I don't know. It just kind of sort of happened. That was kind of fun. And I took all that out, and this was here. And then I don't know, I just drew this weird body and put the butterflies. That was just kind of weird. And then this one, this was here, and that was there. So then I just had a little walkway, so I extended the walkway out, and it had a tree here, so I extended the tree out. And she had a dress, so I extended her dress out. And then I just drew her and cut some stuff out there and used some napkins to put something on her head. I guess I had more done than I thought. Oh, so this guy was here already. All this was here. And then I painted her so they could have like buddy buddy. Oh, that was kind of cool. This was my favorite. I cut this right here. I painted out, this was all I had writing on it, so I just covered that all up. And this part right here, I cut out of a magazine and put that there. And then I drew her dress. And I put those same crazy flowers, but different colors. I don't know. I was on a kick with those flowers for whatever reason. They remind me of hollyhocks. I like hollyhocks. Anyway. And then just extended her dress down. Haven't done nothing there. I just covered that one up. Haven't done nothing. I need to get back to this book. I had fun doing it. And like I say, I get bored with myself when I start doing other stuff. There's just some other things I was going to add to the book. Oh, she's cool. I wanted to put her in there somewhere. And this one, that fish was there. So I just painted all this blue, and I had some napkins that had fish and coral and stuff. So I just glued that stuff down there. This one's not done. This here, what part was there? I'm trying to feel. It looks like she was there. Looks like this was here. And then I extended the horizon and the sky to blend it all in together. And then there's a bunch of stuff here. So I blotted that all out. And then I put some grass here and extended it. I obviously haven't finished that. And then this girl, was she here? No, I glued that in there too. And I was starting to extend her body down, but I haven't finished that. I think that might be it. I think that's when I kind of sort of lost interest. Oh, I put this on here. I put the map. There was a little guy there on his little car. So I just put a map there. Oh, poor guy. He's still by himself. I need to finish that page. This is so cool, but I haven't done anything. I just love that picture. I have to do something. And these were here. I just blotted out all the rest of the stuff. And there was something about that dress. I just loved it hanging there. So I left that and took everything else out. And this one, the only thing I left were these boxes. And I don't know, for some reason, she just looked like she needed to be there. It started looking like luggage to me, like when the ladies used to go in the old days and buy the hats and clothes, and they put them in these pretty boxes, and you know, the chauffeur would carry them. She looked like she would be chauffeured. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, so that was fun. That's my reverse one. And if you really are bored and just want to do something, here, do this. It's very relaxing. I got this, it was like 50 cents or something because it was, you know, old, 16. And all I've done, and I'm going to continue doing it, whenever I get in the mood, I just do it. I open up a page and I go get a napkin and I cover the page with the napkin. And then I find another napkins that I like and I cover the page with the napkins. And that's what I'm going to do with this whole book. I'm just going to fill it up with cool napkins that I like. And that's all it's going to be. Whoop, peekaboo. Now, if you do something like that, make sure, oh, these are my elephant ones. Make sure you work in the front and the back equally, or else it's going to end up being really wonky and it's going to be a mess. So you got to cut, whoops, didn't finish that one up yet. Oh yeah, I was going to cover that section. So work in the front and the back. And see, this is just something very brain dead activity, but it still gives you the same feeling of accomplishment. And you know, you're using your hands and you're feeling the texture and you're still being stimulated by the colors and all of that. You don't have to do grandiose things to have fun with your art and have a sense of fulfillment and have it give you joy, because that's what this is all supposed to do for you. It's supposed to make you happy. So sometimes the simplest things, like gluing something down and rubbing your hand across the page, is enough. Because there's some days, let's just face it, some days emotionally, we may not be able to sit down and do what we can do other days. But I think no matter, not always, of course, there's exceptions to everything. But I think no matter what's going on in our life, we can glue a napkin to a page. And it, you know, and trust me, it's going to give you a sense of accomplishment, especially if things are going not so well for you. You're going to feel, okay, at least I did that. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can look how pretty it is, and it's done. You did something that makes you happy. That's my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Yeah, a napkin glue book. Who'd have thunk, huh? And you can do it with any book. I just did it with that one because it was really thin, and there wasn't much I can do with that book because there was so many pages. It would get really fat really fast if I used it as a real glue book, regular type. So I thought, oh, napkins are super, super thin. I can get away with a napkin. So that's what I did. Okay, ladies, I'm going to have to wrap this up. I've been drinking tea. I'm wound up. I need to go to bed. It's 3:30. I've eaten a whole bag, a whole thing of crackers. I'm supposed to go to that used, that little thrift store tomorrow. They're supposed to have those little packages for me, hopefully with some grab bag junk jewelry. So oh dear. Okay, Erica. So now you got to regroup your thinking, regroup your priorities. What's important, for whatever however you see your art journey in front of you, and just have an honest conversation. Do I really need those other expensive things I was thinking about? Yeah, Erica, almost all of us are on Facebook. I have several Facebook groups. I have one specifically for junk journaling, and when I say junk journaling, I mean junk journaling. We do swaps and stuff, and everything has to be at least 50% recycled items. We're not the pretty foo-foo journals. We do dumpster diving journals. And so that's always fun to do. And a lot of these ladies are either in other groups or have their own groups, or we kind of all cross paths with each other outside of YouTube too. So if there's other ladies there that have also that, make journals, they do tutorials and stuff, be sure and check them out also. And subscribe to them. That way, you get a notice when they put up a new video. A lot of the ladies in the craft world, they have schedules as far as when they come on and do their lives. I don't have a schedule because I want to do it when I feel like it, so I don't feel obligated to come. That way I have fun every time I'm with you guys. So sometimes, I might come on twice a week. Sometimes it'll take 2 weeks before I come on. It just kind of depends on, what I'm doing and what's going on in my life and what projects, I'm doing, want to share with you guys. So that's kind of how we do it. So some ladies do have, schedules, and some of us don't. But all right, ladies. I will see you when I see you. I hope I'm awake when I see you next time. And I think that's it. I can tell I'm just rambling now, so I think I better get off and go over and see if my poor little doggies need to go outside and take care of Bizwax. Thank you, Shelly. Yes, you all have a good weekend. And wherever you are, I hope the weather makes you happy. Whatever kind of weather you like, I hope you have that kind of weather. It's kind of on the side. I like that myself. As long as it's not raining on me, I'll be happy tomorrow. And I'd be happier if I come home with some junk jewelry. Okay, ladies, thanks again, and I will see you soon. Good night.